Stop for a moment. Before you decide anything, watch this. This story didn't start today. Something here doesn't add up. For years, fans and industry observers have talked about the moment when Jeon Jungkook chose to join BTS Music. The decision, made when he was still a teenager, has become one of the most discussed turning points in modern K-pop history. Recently, Jungkook addressed the topic again, offering clarification about why he ultimately chose the company that would later debut him as a member of BTS. The explanation may sound simple at first, but the context behind it reveals a deeper story about talent recruitment, industry culture, and the early days of one of the biggest global music companies. Jungkook first entered the spotlight during auditions connected to the survival program Superstar K. Although he did not advance far in the competition itself, his performance attracted the attention of multiple entertainment agencies. According to widely shared accounts within the industry, several companies reportedly approached him with offers after the audition. At the time, Jungkook was only around 14 years old. Despite his age, his potential was immediately clear. He had a stable singing voice, strong stage presence, and the kind of adaptability that agencies look for in long-term trainees. As a result, he quickly became a sought-after prospect. Major entertainment companies were interested. In the highly competitive K-pop trainee system, it is common for agencies to recruit promising teenagers early and train them for years before debut. Being approached by multiple companies is considered a strong indicator of future potential. Yet Jungkook's final choice surprised some observers. Instead of joining one of the larger, more established companies at the time, he chose BTS Music, a smaller agency that had not yet produced a globally recognized idol group. Today, the company is part of the larger entertainment conglomerate HYBE, but at that time, its resources and industry influence were far more limited. Over the years, fans have often wondered what influenced that decision. Some speculated that it was the training system. Others suggested it may have been related to creative opportunities. But Jungkook has repeatedly pointed to one specific factor. In interviews and broadcasts, he explained that seeing Kim Namjoon, known globally as RM, played a major role in his choice. Jungkook has stated that when he watched Namjoon perform and lead within the company's trainee environment, he felt a strong impression. According to him, Namjoon's rap skills, stage presence, and confidence stood out in a way that made him believe the group being formed at BTS had real potential. At that moment, the future lineup of BTS was still developing. The group had not debuted, and the path ahead was uncertain. Still, Jungkook reportedly felt that the environment surrounding Namjoon suggested something unique was being built. That impression ultimately influenced his decision. Rather than choosing the biggest company offering him a contract, Jungkook chose the place where he believed the team dynamic and artistic direction were strongest. From a business perspective, this type of decision is not common for trainees at such a young age. The K-pop industry is often structured around agency reputation and infrastructure. Larger companies typically promise greater exposure, more training resources, and a clearer debut pathway. But the early days of BTS followed a different model. BTS's approach emphasized teamwork and musical identity. Much of the group's early development focused on storytelling, hip-hop influence, and a strong internal dynamic among members. Industry analysts later noted that this environment may have helped shape BTS's long-term identity. Instead of debuting as a purely performance-driven idol group, BTS gradually developed a reputation for personal storytelling, lyric involvement, and a closer connection with fans. Jungkook's decision to join the company therefore became part of a larger narrative about how the group formed. As BTS debuted in 2013, the members faced significant challenges. Compared to artists from larger agencies, their early promotional resources were limited. Competition within the K-pop industry was intense, and many groups debuted each year hoping to break through. However, BTS began building a loyal fan base through consistent releases, social media engagement, and global touring. Over time, that fan base, known as ARMY, expanded rapidly across international markets. Jungkook, as the youngest member of the group, quickly became one of its most recognizable figures. His role as main vocalist and performer contributed significantly to the group's stage presence and musical versatility. By the late 2010s, BTS had achieved milestones that few K-pop acts had reached before. Their albums topped international charts, their tour sold out stadiums worldwide, and they received major industry awards across multiple markets. Throughout this growth, Jungkook's early decision to join BIGHIT became part of the group's origin story. In several live streams and interviews, Jungkook has spoken casually about that choice. He often describes it not as a calculated career move, but as a moment guided by instinct and inspiration. He has said that seeing Namjoon's performance made him think, in simple terms, if I join this company, I might be able to work with someone like that. For fans, that explanation has become widely accepted, but it also highlights how personal connections can shape the formation of creative teams within the entertainment industry. Even in a system known for strict structure and strategic planning, individual impressions still matter. Public reaction to Jungkook's clarification has been largely positive. Many fans view the story as evidence of the strong internal bond that later developed within BTS. Online discussions often highlight how the group's chemistry played a key role in their long-term success. Each member brought a different strength, from rap and songwriting to vocal performance and choreography. Jungkook's admiration for Namjoon during the trainee period is frequently mentioned as an early example of that mutual respect. Industry observers have also noted how unusual BTS's trajectory was compared to typical K-pop development patterns. Groups from smaller companies rarely reach the same level of international influence as those backed by major agencies. However, BTS gradually changed that perception. Their success contributed to the rapid global expansion of K-pop and significantly elevated the profile of HYBE as an entertainment company. Today, HYBE operates multiple labels, manages several global artists, and has expanded into technology platforms, gaming, and international partnerships. Looking back, Jungkook's decision to join BIGHIT now appears almost symbolic of the unpredictable nature of the music industry. A teenager choosing a smaller agency based on admiration for another trainee might not seem like a strategic move at the time. Yet that choice helped shape the lineup of a group that would later redefine global K-pop success. In recent years, Jungkook has continued to grow as both a group member and a solo artist. His individual projects have achieved strong streaming numbers and chart performance, further expanding his global reach. Despite that success, discussions about his trainee days still surface frequently among fans and media outlets. Part of the reason is that origin stories matter in pop culture. They help explain how major artists and groups came together before the fame, awards, and global recognition. In the case of BTS, those early decisions continue to draw attention because they illustrate how uncertain the path once was. There was no guarantee of international success when the members first joined BIGHIT. The company was still developing its identity, and the group itself was experimenting with its musical direction. Yet those early choices eventually led to one of the most influential careers in modern pop music. For Jungkook, setting the record straight about why he joined BIGHIT helps clarify a story that has sometimes been exaggerated or misunderstood online. Rather than a complicated strategy, his explanation points to something more straightforward: admiration for talent and belief in the people around him. As BTS members continue their individual activities and prepare for future group plans, stories about their beginnings remain part of the ongoing public conversation.